Alright, let's turn it in.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Yeah, I thought I already told you she was with Marauders.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
What did you pay me? Oh, more XP. Deserves reputation increase, that's good, so I can buy the gun for cheaper. Bolter pistol. That's your payment?
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands. Fresh off the...
What does this cost now? $31.59, 12% discount. We're gonna try to probably do a little bit more work. What's the deserters and see if we can get the price down a little bit more. Maybe. Since it's stealing, I'm not going to steal that food and stuff. It's pointless. Hello.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Okay, that was vaguely threatening. This goes to the greenhouse, right? Yeah, this is all part of the big greenhouse, which we want to save for last.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
And you had to walk in here right now, didn't you? You just had to do that. Yep. Goodbye. Nope, don't come this way. Son of a bitch. What are you looking at? I thought she was looking at me. Okay, turn around, yes, come on. Parvati, let her through. Parvati, let her through.
Nicely done.
Oh, is this a note? No, it's not. It's not a note. There's a mag pick down here. Extremely hard to steal mag pick. There we go. Let's go see Parvati's secret crush.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
That armor popping is crazy. Trying to get my ship off the ground.
Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Yeah, it's never too late to start learning.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I do have exactly the 2 that you are asking for.
I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
I want to say it's in the geothermal plant.
I'll pay you for every pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day.
That's enticing. Oh yeah, I found one.
No kidding! Really? Well, which one?
Part 1.
Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. One data pad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all 3.
Alright, got another one.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Yeah, I'll let you know if well, I want to ask you something.
What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... we could really use... oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Alright, clearly he's in love with Parvati. Parvati, not interested.
Where are we headed? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Yeah. The toy he was thinking with was definitely not a wrench.
Thomas always listened to me. Never said I was odd, never tried to... I just want to think of him like that. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
If I talk to you again, will that pop up again?
Where are we headed?
God damn it. Shit. I didn't think that option would pop up again. You getting drunk over here? I guess I can't upgrade Old Reliable. Melee weapon durability. Does her... I don't think weapons she's carrying actually lose durability, so... Melee attack weapon speed sounds good. And, sure. No, I should put an extendo sight on you. Oh, it's already got one. Okay. Why not? Oh, but I can tinker with old reliable. Hell yeah. Put some money into that. Wow, security blade's legit. Alright, I'll pay the caps for that. Or, I'm sorry, the bits. So her armor does lose condition, but the weapons don't. Guess? Yeah, but that makes this thing DPS 514. It just mows people down. It's so reliable. Oh shit. Why you guys got mines back here? I guess because Grace is not watching this side, she mined it up. But I'm just gonna preemptively destroy all the mines. Ooh, there's a cave back here. How do I get to the cave? Is there a way? Yeah, that's what I call an invisible wall that just stopped me. Can I get from this side? Oh. Oh, we found a flaw. During your adventures, things may happen that will prove to trigger a flaw. Taking a flaw is optional, but provides you with a perk. After repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. Phobic. Dexterity -1, perception -1, temperament -1. Reject, please. No thank you. That seems horrible. There's gotta be a way into this cave, come on. Yeah, I'm just getting pushed off the cliff. Oh, no, no, no. Ah, fuck. Sorry. Sorry.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
I'm hungry to steal from that chest. Please leave. Thank you. Oh, it's just apples. Sorry, I'm not hungry to steal from the chest. They're farming apples. And here would be their power regulator. I already showed what happens when you try to grab it. It'll just shock you to death. Hello.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Ooh, elite trooper armor. Hold up. Oh, it's heavy, so it's gonna make it -5 on my stealth skills. But good for you, Parvati. Right, I don't think it affects her. Is any of these a lockpick's at 36? Hold on. 26, 36, 40. 26, 36, 40. Okay, no, it doesn't affect her. So you can have that sweet, sweet, sweet armor. You look good.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Alright, nothing on the roofs. Oops, somebody's hiding a big cartridge in the potty. I don't know why I just said potty. That sounded horrible. Alright, they got some good stuff around here in the camp, the old camp. Hello. Hello, sir. Not doing nothing. Yeah, so I keep him distracted, Parvati. Good job. Great job. Now move. Thank you. Yeah, I think we've stolen everything outside of the greenhouse that we want to steal. So let's go talk. Let's go through the front door to be polite. Actually, what is my reputation with you guys right now? I'll be back. I'm gonna go buy a Buy a gun. Hold on. Because if I piss her off, I don't want to get in trouble.
Something I can help you with?
Yes, I'd like to buy your nicest weapon.
Fresh off the lip.
22% discount, so it's only $27.99 now. Perfect. Thank you. So this is a pistol that uses heavy ammo. 77 damage a shot. That is a lot. I think I'm gonna retire the shotgun. Doesn't actually seem that good. Ooh, and it's got a scope on it too. Nice, very nice. And let's see if we can upgrade it even better. Yep, we can tinker it up to be extremely powerful. 88 damage a shot. Alright, that's enough tinkering for now. But that is gonna be a beautiful gun. 93 damage, one shot.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Yeah, you seem too nice.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Yeah, looks like you made a nice home for yourself.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Special, huh?
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Yeah.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Yeah, this is serious. I'm about to cut off your power.
You're doing this for Reed? Why? Cannery's got a regulator. You want chip parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Yeah, I don't really like you doing that.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
I mean, I guess, but if I remember right, there's a solution that will help pretty much everybody. Where are you? You're not looking at me, are you? Kind of want to steal your money. Necklace. And this here bypass shit.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, nothing. What are you doing?
Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
Can you please stop walking wherever I'm going? Making this hard. See if I can get anything else out of her.
Anything? I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
Yeah, and what's that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the woman that saves the veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand. None of us are ever just passing through, dear. Not without leaving some footprints behind.
Yeah, did you ever get tired of talking in circles?
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
Yeah, you should always come back to the town.
If you think Reed does anything in good faith, then you are asking to be lied to. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. I could not possibly care less if he does. But you're surely welcome to ask him.
I will do that. That sounds like a stupid thing to do, even for Reed. You'd think that he would think through the fact that his only flavor specialist son was important. First entry. May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from my life at Edgewater. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational, mostly. The soil sour. I'll see what I can do, or I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of saltuna lingering on my tongue day in and day out, I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth. We found another worker from Edgewater. Ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was better in a couple of weeks. Physically, spiritually, he's one of our flock now. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automaton of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it is cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 hands. This place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand the horticulturalists failed to produce a single viable crop, something about the soil being too poor. I am determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile on my endeavors. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people, acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scienticians will say something about biology or the carbon cycle, but I can conclude, after months of my own experimentation, that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. That's a little hint. I can't wait till I get to things that I've never seen before in the DLC. It's going to be amazing. Tactical shotgun, though. Sold by Hammersmith as a short-range, high-spread weapon, this gun works very well in the hands of people with little training. Damn, I didn't know you guys were packing heat like that. That could be interesting. 24 damage times 8. 17 damage times 12, so it's less pellets. But that is an interesting proposition. Heavy ammo, light ammo, everything uses light ammo. Oh, well this is, okay, this is perfect. Well, I mean, we're not using an energy weapon, but that's okay. Let's try these. See what we can do with that shotgun at the upgrade bench. Alright, Whisper Quiet or Critical Damage. Critical damage, and we can make it Zappy Zap. Sure. Now let's tinker. 28 times 8. That could be good. Alright, so we got her side of the story now. I believe the third volume is also at the... Okay, well, if I can learn to speak, I think the third volume is at the geothermal plant. The robot is definitely at the geothermal plant. So we're pretty much here. Gotta go to the geothermal plant. Hello? Hello?
Process before.
Here they come! Get past that armor!
Parvati, don't waste my time, alright? There's a goddamn fence. Oh, well, this one got out. We want to use the electric weapons against electric guys. But I guess we could test out our pistol. Oh, that is beautiful. That is good damage. Here's a nice hole in the fence. Probably jump over this rock too. Or you can go under here. Just a bypass shunt. From the planet to your living room, Edgewater geothermal. Ooh, what was the hell just happened? That's a weird lighting. That's okay. Yeah, you can do that easily. So 3 ways to get in. Vibratory outfit, splash resistant. Alright, let's disarm the security fence and view the logs. Error, security logs inaccessible. In keeping with Spacer's Choice Company policy, all security logs have been terminated in the event of a major emergency, catastrophic event, or security breach. Attention, scheduled security updates at this Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on error, date not found. If you are a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location, please turn your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in an immediate reprimand. That's good stuff. Alright, security fences are done, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, is there more robots around here? Or did we take them all out? That'll take us where we want to go, so go there last. Of course. A vending machine where? I don't see a vending machine. Thank you, Parvati. She's always so astonished. Hello.
Don't
mess with us!
There's a vending machine. What are you selling? Anything good? Backpack increases carrying capacity. That might be worth the money. Goodbye, shotgun. You were a good friend. Alright, get our weight down. It's Spacer's choice. Now, is there any way to get into the other building on the left? This big boy right here. Well, I know we can get in here. But can we get in here? No, we cannot. We gotta go into this building right here. Ah, another vending machine.
The control room should be off to the right.
Okay.
Hope we're doing the right thing.
Can't use the computer from this side, huh? Oh, I can just jump right through. That's a holographic ad. Oh, you're kind of missing a head. Terminal memory purged, maintenance logs purged, personal files purged, company notifications purged, messages purged. Personal memos purge incomplete, 2 files available. I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio's been sputtering and I needed the reference. I've returned the copy to the repair bay. Okay. Chaos everywhere. Mechanical's gone haywire. Gunfire. Hearing some screams. Oh law, I think that's someone's leg. I would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family. Well, she tried to get out at least. Yeah, that just takes us to the same spot.
Unexpected.
Nope, not unexpected. Wow. Ooh, a local map. Oh, it fills in as we go. That's good. Or not. This is telling us exactly where to go. Now, normally I would go explore everything else before going this way, but I know for a fact that going this way isn't going to trigger it. It's just going to trigger me to go find some other things I need to find. So we'll go this way first. Somebody hit somebody hard with a pipe wrench. Plant status, master control terminal. This access report brought to you by Spacer's Choice. Emerald Vale geothermal plant operating at 22%. Power is currently being distributed to Edgewater Saltuna Cannery and Botanical Laboratory. Structural damage detected. Please notify your designated supervisor. Warning. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is irreversible. Error. Power redirection function has failed. Manual override required. Please activate all 3 electrical switches. So now we can go back and explore the real area. 3 switches. That's all we gotta do. $4 picks for this. Hope it's worth it. Maybe I could just climb that. Manager's office. Welcome, J. Braden. From Spacer's Choice. Mr. Braden, this letter serves as an informal notification of our company's displeasure towards your management of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant for the reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. Interesting. Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right, but a privilege. From J. Braden to Spacer's Choice. To esteemed members of the Emerald Vale Development and Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I have identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of the Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agricultural and fishing canning departments, neither of which are anywhere near close to profitable, the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. Regards, Juno Braden. From Spacer's Choice. Mr. Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emerald Vale region. Our offices agree with you. Agriculture and fishing canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our offices are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. This team of specialists has been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of auto mechanicals free of charge. Thank you for your cooperation. Obviously hinting that they took out the insurance plan and then they came and retrofitted the auto mechanicals to murder everybody so that they could get the insurance money.
Nice.
Auto mag pistol. No, I don't have one of those. Let's try it out. What does it do? 43 damage, not really that good. But I'll try it, just because why not? Alright, so that's that and that and that and that and that and that. So the only place left to go is down here into the actual plant. $225, wow. That's pretty legit. 70. 70. This is where you get the logic module. I need to find the security card because 70 is ridiculous.
work.
Not worth it. Personal files. Access personal logs. Chester Higgins again, that holehead, found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple of days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. Should be in my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up of a chief of security with no staff, just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know. Doesn't sit right with me, but the company's never been wrong before. Worst has happened. Mechanical's gone crazy. Locked myself down here, just trying to gather my courage. Gonna make a mad dash for the control room, might be able to shut things down. Will delete this entry if I ever return. Greetings, Tanaka. This is an automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocol. Security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero-G Brew. Zero-G Brew. An ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, I gotta enter the passcode from R. Thompson. Passcode Spacer Thompson. So we gotta find his key. Should have updated in here. Terminal in the office mentioned the locked storage unit. According to the log, auto mechanicals turned hostile and attacked other workers. The plant's chief responded by making his way down to the control room. Which is where we gotta go down, down, down.
System up. Investigating.
Here they come! Wow! Not even a scratch!
Almost got to hide, but not quite. Yep, we're all good.
Two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Where are we headed?
I guess she doesn't want to talk right now. Locker room. Ride armor. I don't think anything's better than what I've got. Standard troop armor for 14. No. It's light, so it gives you stealth skills. But, no. There's something up there. Oh. Hello. Here's the security chief. Thanks, chief. See what we can do with this thing. Oh, need Chester's passcode for this. Security chief's keycard's not good enough. Borrowed a copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need to read it down in the pit. The pit.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems.
Oh, it's Jeremy.
Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
Jeremy, you made it.
All systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties.
Yeah, why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy the other robots?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Absolutely, Jeremy. I like the sound of that. Let's check the repair logs. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals. Every Sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to Spacer's Choice mission of being as cheap as possible? Just in case I'm audited, I would like to formally express how grateful I am to be part of the Spacer's Choice family. Spacer's Choice is the leading brand in affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice, it's the Spacer's Choice. Just finished a routine maintenance of our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to their logic modules. Haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is that these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. The company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago, guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it, said the company knew what it was doing, ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing by myself, got my hands on a logic module. Time to do a little experimentation. So that's the guy who got the logic module and locked it away, and the guy took it away by the security chief who locked it in his office. Which is this way. Shears? Think industrial strength scissors. Pick up corrupted logic module. Alright, we even leveled up for that. That's what I was gonna do. 20. That's what I need. Let's put that there, and we'll raise it to 50 next time. Increases the damage of plasma and shock weapons. 10% invalid. That doesn't seem right. Time dilation location hits. Hitting enemies in different locations during tactical time dilation maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects when using different weapons. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Jeremy, don't scare me, dog. Don't scare me like that. Yeah, so until we get this guy's notes, Chester's passcode, can't do anything there. What is this? Yes, gimme. 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 Worth it. Totally. Uh-oh. That sounded like a person.
Go away, Phantom!
Higgins. Let's go down and meet Higgins first. Take the ladder. Can't jump, gotta take the ladder. Higgins, my dog, what are you doing?
You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram!
Sneak 30, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I wasn't trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Yeah, you're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Back away slowly. Yeah, how long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh, and what exactly do you do?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Yeah, you were an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Yeah, he's the one who saw that the thing was happening and tried to mess with the logic module.
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
Like sprats.
Braised. Boiled. Charred. Skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food. Mechanicals lost their You mean, why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time.
Yeah, you must know a way to stop them, though.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the Mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Y70. Ooh, that's rough.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Engineering 10. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
Interesting, thank you.
Jimmy'd open the Well, yes, for the uninitiated palate. A true gourmand appreciates the Sprat's complex melange of flavors. Braised.
Alright, I think we got everything we need from you. Yeah, was that before or after you became a Sissy Pig Tycoon?
Oh, before. Definitely before. Sissy Pig tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career.
Yeah, I should go. Can I take this stuff? Or would you be mad? No, you wouldn't. Alright, give me all you got then. Oh, here's the mechanic. Guide to engineering. Perfect. He's been drinking some Rizzo's, of course. Rizzo's the best soft drink in the galaxy, or whatever. I don't know what their slogan is. We'll find out, I assume. That's it for us. Let's go back upstairs and do what we came here to do. Well, kind of. Because what we're going to do is flip the switches and then go back and turn in these side quests first. And talk to Thompson, and then come back and make our choice. Oh, yeah, duh, don't forget, we can go back to the terminal and turn the mechanicals against each other. That's probably a good idea. Auto mechanical behavior guard mode. Error, can't. Set new target. Auto mechanicals in this facility have been mandated to target intruders. Any attempt to alter the setting is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been noted. See Higgins. Define intruders. Intruders. All person or entities not identified as property of Spacer's Choice. Would you like to modify the definition? Yes. Define intruders as Spacer's Choice auto mechanicals. Perfect. So they should start shooting at each other. Yep, they're already shooting at each other. Good. Oh, we can modify this auto mag pistol and see what we can put on it. Gyro sight? Sure. Zap? Sure. This should be a pretty good machine-killing pistol now.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Processing.
Jeremy. God damn you, Jeremy. You were not supposed to die this way. Anyway, that's just like a little side area. Now, how bad is the steam gonna scald me? Pretty bad. That kind of lit me on fire. Take a hit of our inhaler. Steam distribution terminal. Oh, well, I probably should have done this. That would have been smart, right? God damn you, Jeremy. You were the chosen one.
Where'd it go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Nothing good, I can guarantee that.
Oh.
Don't mess it up! sure what the right is. All I know is the decision's final.
Yes, it is, Parvati. Yes, it is. Alright, since you're right, the decision's final, let's go turn in these quests first. First you. Let's go make Thomas happy. Little puppy dog Thomas. Ooh, Interstellar Championship. Rizzo's Rangers versus Spacer's Chosen. Spacer's Chosen's a good name for a team.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Yep, today's your lucky day.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
The Elusive Part 3.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Electrocharged surface. Modify. Applies electrical charge to the armor. Occasionally shocking an attacker comes in contact with it. New gadget. Armor damage by type. Our armor by damage type will go down by 1 on each. Interesting. I don't think I want to. Toughened. Physical armor rating 3. It'll raise my physical armor rating by 2, but lower the rest by 1. That doesn't seem worthwhile. Why do all these lower it by 1? Oh, it's because I'm taking off the... Is it... No. Because there is nothing in the utility section. Hold on. Right now I have 14 armor, and I'm 104 overall. And it's still 14 armor and 104. So I'm not sure why that shows up that way. Let's see. Okay, here. Hunter kit. Range weapon skill plus 5. Okay, I'm gonna put it on. I'm still 13. I'm still 13. So why does it show it going down by 1? Curious. I'm not going to install the electric... Oh shit, sorry. I'm not going to install the electric thing on this armor because I'll probably switch it soon. But I'll put the other stuff on here. Slices, dices, cauterizes. Most melee weapons do 3 hit attacks, but some do less, some do more. Oh, we gotta go outside. Well, first I want to talk to Tops. I should have traveled to the docking bay, but I want to talk to Tops in here anyways. Hello, Parvati. Save it just in case I need some kind of stats.
Something on your mind? Go ahead. That you are not one. Nature is uglier. There is safety here. Safety and purpose. But not all of us see that. And I cannot force that vision upon them. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost.
Okay, so he really doesn't have anything new because I already perceptioned him. Hold on a second. Show player helmet. Show companion helmet. No. What up? Wait, which way am I going? This way. I never see my character anyway, so who cares? You know, I just see him on this screen. And I like seeing him in the helmet, it's badass. But I want to be able to see my companions' faces. Adds beauty and verisimilitude to the frontier home. Faux windows. Verisimilitude. Good word. Strong word.
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble.
Shock stick and bit cartridge times 500. Shock stick, that's just a regular old... Oh, no, it's not. It's already modified. 53 damage, but it's not that good. I mean, the thing I gave Parvati is better. Assuming she can use it. I don't think I've ever seen her actually use it, but I assume if she can equip it, she can use it. Yeah, what's a giant shears worth? $1. No thank you. I gotta check. I gotta hope. Well, I can't get into any more combat right now. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, she can use it. She can use it. Perfect. Perfect. Now can I hack this door, sir?
Nicely done.
Hurry up, we gotta steal all the shit before he notices. Fuck you. Of course, he comes in right after I crack in here. Alright, good looking out. Got all we needed. Perfect. Check these out, see if there's anything good. 1,000. No, I don't want heavy. He's got shock can. Ooh, Officer Spine. The origin of the name of this sword is lost to antiquity. Was it named Officer Spine because officers would stand straight knowing they wielded these powerful swords? Or was it that, like officers, these swords vented noxious fumes? No one knows. Interesting. Well, I should be buying the bypass shunts. I guess, please. Oops. Got a security blade here too. Okay, medium armor, but I don't need... Act plus 7, no, it's not worth it. Replaces weapons iron sights with a magnifying optical scope. 6 times zoom. That's why it's so expensive, huh? It's not the best choice. Okay, so we're down to it. Just gotta go back to the plant. Nope, get me on the fast travel. There we go. Dialogue skill combat abilities trigger automatically.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Where are we headed? Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion. You're the best character.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Yeah, okay. The deserters are a community too.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
First time I played this game, I was dead set on cutting the power to Edgewater and helping the deserters, and this speech right here stopped me, and it's going to stop me again. So we're going to cut the power to the deserters. Okay, redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Redirect power to Edgewater. Botanical Laboratory power regulator is now safe to remove. Edgewater Saltuna power regulator is now operating at optimal capacity. How do you feel about that?
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me.
Okay. My deserter's reputation decreased to what exactly? Oh, it only got an 18% negative for cutting off their power. That seems a little low. Ooh, the fabulous Fraser brothers of the Hammersmith Thunder. We'll just run over there. Or maybe not. I thought I would, but then that mountain's in the way, so I don't really want to deal with it. Okay, here we go. They're all in the love circle. Except for Zoe.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
Where's Thomas? There he is.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
Nothing. With the power gone, we've got to conserve our supplies.
That's why you gotta buy the pistol. Alright, here we go. This is important.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
I don't owe you an explanation.
You know what? You're right. The Eternal made you a loathsome reptile, and it is not in my power to change the color of your scales. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth.
And how exactly did you do
The
that?
secret
Oh.
is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. A human body is rich with nutrients.
I'd say that's disgusting, but it's really not. That's just nature.
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops. Look at that.
Alright, gotta make sure I do this in the right order. I should be able to get the power regulator right now. Okay, now I'm curious to talk to them first before I go back to Thompson. But I don't want to mess things up, so I'll save it.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Yeah, so it's not really anything. It's not like a branching path or anything like that. So let's go talk to Thompson. You ready for this, Parvati?
Where are we headed?
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
About that.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
Yeah, you have. I agree. But your best is not good enough, and you let Adelaide's son die also.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child, or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
Yeah, you saved on your best, but it's falling to pieces.
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Attack while I tried. Adelaide made it clear she won't return unless you leave.
Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her. I see no reason why I should stand down.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
She's been using human corpses, she told us.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
Oh, that explains why the bodies are being stolen. I was wondering about that in the beginning, too. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, this town needs Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're here.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
I didn't say anything about a cure for the plague, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. I think the cure for the plague is not eating sprats. I can't make that decision for you.
No, I don't expect you to do any such thing. Edgewater is my own responsibility, and you have done quite enough for me already. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
Yeah, you don't have to do this, you know.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Yeah, why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
But I could kill you and get your hat, though, which would be cool. And I need Reed's key to unlock this. I'm tempted to kill him just for that. But I would feel pretty bad about it.
You just killed him. A favor? You just... I can't. I need to leave. I need to get away from here. I need to get away from you. You killed Mr. Thompson for talking down his nose at me? You got a real twisted sense of chivalry, you know that? Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself if I let you loose upon the Vale unsupervised. Got it. Inside voices.
Yeah. Okay, Reed's key. I thought I got his hat. What's in here? Messages? To whom it may concern, if you are reading this, then I am no longer the outpost administrator for Edgewater. Whether through the shedding of my mortal coil through natural causes or through early retirement, the stewardship of Edgewater is passed on to someone else, you. But most importantly, it is imperative that you keep the Spacer's Choice family together. Adelaide McDevitt and her followers have taken camp in the old botanical lab. Their place is here, working with us. Adelaide is impervious to reason and refuses to entertain diplomatic overtures. The only way to induce her into coming back is by heading over to the geothermal plant, cutting off her power, and leading her people back to Edgewater. With the power shut off at the botanical labs, feel free to repossess any useful equipment contained therein, especially power regulators. Postscript: if you do restore the power to Edgewater, would you consider mentioning my name in the Prophet's report? A little posthumous credit wouldn't hurt. Okay, so this is here. If you just kill him before talking to him, then this will here to tell you what to do and gives you his password. Interesting. Mr. Thompson, your request for additional building material has been denied. The walls around Edgewater were built 30 years ago by your predecessor. Any alterations, expansion, or repairs to this wall must be signed and approved by your predecessor. If your predecessor is unavailable due to incarceration, re-education, or death, it is your responsibility to obtain the last will and testament demonstrating your predecessor's intentions. That sounds so reasonable. Maybe you only get his hat if you, like, fight him in conversation? Oh, what the hell? Something happened to you. Oh, that's just a weirdly colored sash. Anyways, that's what I like to call an alternate universe.
I already told you I'm leaving.
Some hullheads running around town talking about lost colonies.
Got my sights on you.
I already told you.
I don't have pickpocket. My sneak is not high enough. Well, you can get his hat, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm making that up. But I thought there's a way. I'm pretty sure there's a way to get his hat. I think you probably just have to fight him in open combat, maybe? Like, without sneak attacking him. That's okay. Like I said, we never killed him. We talked him out of it.
Something you need?
Yeah, you have any comments? No? You don't? Ooh, look at that. I didn't even notice that tree had apples all in it. Well, fake apples or whatever they call them.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Yes, I have.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Adelaide's watch. Oh, maybe Thompson will give you your hat, his hat, if you... I think it's a different thing. If you cut the power to Edgewater and you talk to him and tell him to leave.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Alright, take care. Bye.
I need some time to gather my personals.
What does Adelaide's watch get you? Oh, it's just worth a lot of money. Okay then, we got anything to say, Thomas?
Sorry. Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town.
Yeah, he's not running the town.
Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
You?
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
So she learned about it.
Standing around the campfire is nice and all, until one of us starts singing. Something I can help you with?
You know what? That's a very true statement.
Nothing. Standing.
How do you expect me to enjoy the adventures of the masked marketeer with no power?
Good point also. Alright, let's go back to our ship.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Oh yeah, you're coming with me. Don't worry.
Oh, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Yes, you do.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Yeah, I think I made a pretty good decision myself. Now, where's Max? Here you are.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Ooh, got a lot.
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. The only one I'm aware of. I suppose we could always just ask random passers-by if they are fluent in it.
True.
A thousand pardons, my good captain. I thought we were engaging in witty repartee. Now, as far as tracking down this scholar, we should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay.
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Interesting.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain.
Nope, not done.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Right. Yeah. What is your...
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
Sure.
By what? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition. That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why not?
On the contrary. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
Yeah, if you can't help but follow the plan, then everything is a part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Does everybody believe that, or just you?
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Yeah, what if that book doesn't have the answers?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
Oh, I was on a colony ship, got woken up by a mad scientist.
And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
Yeah, save the rest.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Because it's the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
Alright. Let's talk to Ada.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
No, yeah, I know how to do that. It's easy. You admiring this engine, Parvati?
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Yeah, hold on, I need to take care of something. Can I store stuff in this locker now? No. Alright, well, let's get out of here then.
Welcome back, Captain. All systems.
Well, the fire seems a little concerning.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Alright.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Yeah, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Ooh, there's a lot of stuff I need to do. Slow down. You're asking me to get involved with the black market? Yeah, why do I need a nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
So you can actually do that, but we're not going to do that. Well, we will do that, but we're going to do it the real way first.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I do like how they have Ada looking up to the side.
Criminals? Goodness, no. Smuggling is a perfectly legitimate business venture. If misappropriating board property is a crime, well then, throw me in Tartarus. Plenty of ways to make money in Halcyon, you know. Not all are above board. Oh, above board, above the Halcyon board. Get it?
Yes, I get it. Hilarious.
Ah, well, sophisticated humor, puns, appreciation of puns is a sign of advanced intellect, you know.
Is it? Well, I must be pretty smart then.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Yeah, what is it?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
People actually fall for this?
Ah, the beauty is they don't expect it. the Shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath. Science, that's how. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it, but I want to talk to you, Ada. This is the navigation terminal. Hey.
Welcome back, Captain.
Hello.
How can I be of assistance? Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? I wish I was your second derivative, so I could investigate your concavities. Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
That's my favorite song, huh?
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. I have lots of minutes, many minutes, unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
Maybe.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative. Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Oh, well, thank you.
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been any other captains?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance?
Interesting.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Yeah, they always hint at Ada being more of an AI than she lets on.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
That's a thing?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system? A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're clear to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Mardettes, huh?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Oh, great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with station representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Good job.
How can I be of assistance? What part of... Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say, a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet. You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket?
Yeah.
I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague. Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were forced to return to town. Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town's population to prosper. Thank you for nothing, Captain. As am I. Of course. What part of the... Where in Monarch?
Stellar Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook. It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there. I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness, and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Fair enough.
Of course. What part of the... Where in... Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death. This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun. There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death. The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
That's a nice local report. Great, thanks. Can I put stuff away now? Yes. Yes. Okay, you can take this, you can take that. Does this stuff weigh anything? Yes, it does. Alright, I think that's everything we want to put away. So in our locker we have our unique weapons, our starting armor, some Adreno, and Adelaide's watch. Alright, let's talk to Parvati. She's just chilling.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Sure.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all of my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Yeah, why is that funny?
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Interesting. Yeah, why would they be unhappy about that?
Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening. I reckon you could say, no thanks, I don't want a job. But then you don't got a job. They're powerful good tests. They rattled off this whole list of names who'd worked on them, with fancy bits hanging off them. Doctors and esquires and the thirds. Even if you don't believe they actually catch what everybody's best at, everybody's got to take them. So at least it's fair-ish. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up, see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches. As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars.
That sounds pretty nice.
Students bunk 4 to a room. It's supposed to get you used to working as a team. There's no privacy and no quiet. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. No, but a whole life taking care of Edgewater by his lonesome, working with all kinds of chemicals, it wears on a body. When I left for school, everything got harder for him. I used to help him lift the heavy things, and my hands didn't shake for the fine detail work. About a year. I tried to do more of the work, so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects, or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape. That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent. Yeah, apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing. I am at your disposal, Miss Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches.
Nice.
You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Yeah, why is this option here? It's like, really?
Sometimes I wonder about Mr. Hawthorne. What was he like? Why'd he make the computer a talkie? You think he got lonely, flying about on his own?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kick her out. Come on. Come on, guys. Here's my captain's quarters. I got this nice Edgewater sign. Here's the holographic shroud. Which leveled me up. Perfect. This is the bin to store stuff in, but I'll use the lockers because it's much easier to get there. Alright, messages for Alex Hawthorne. I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with the heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so you don't go showing around your spaceship buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Udon. Oh, Udon Bedford sent a lot of messages. Dear Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for this foreseeable future. By the way, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for a tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Sorry. Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing knows that it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Best Udon. Please respond. Hello, I hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminal these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable, haha. Just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed, you know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you all really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Look forward to seeing you again, wingman. Dear Alex, Udon here, Udon Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship, my silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color? You know, really tie one on? Let me know, your friend Udon. I do feel like Udon maybe wanted to be more than friends. This one Alex sent to Udon. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. And I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink on the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Alex Hawthorne. Shrink Ray, note to self, remember this later. No, better, Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask that? And back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own 2 eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. It's called the Shrink Ray, but he wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. But I figured they were just stories, let's be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' Shrink Ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. Hammer power. The last time I got sloshed, and I mean I was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udon was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardettes yammering about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us had ever heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardette said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat sure fits the bill. Could be another one of those weapons that inspired Wells. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the Shrink Ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show, I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times. But architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he wouldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean? That I'm not trustworthy enough that I'd use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folk of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or he thinks he's misplaced it. In the meantime, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to other of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If the gossip holds true, my next step will be to check on the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. And that gives us a new quest, Weapons from the Void. Phineas's weapon and science weapon on the Groundbreaker. And there will be more. Oh, Sam, you're already here. Created for a prank. Sam wore the sign for a week before Ada noticed and pointed it out to the janitorial unit, who placed it on the unit, however, remains a mystery. Well, considering I found it, I don't think it's been a week. Alright, we gotta talk to Ada about Sam. This is, Max's room. A stern older man with warm eyes. Oh, this is Parvati's room. That's Parvati's dad. I'll take the ammo. You can keep the shovel. Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a sawtooth blade. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Parvati. It's a big-ass wrench. This is not a petunia. Petunia's a plant. This is not a petunia. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins, and it's called The Modern Steel Wrench in You. Nice. This is Max's room. Index of banned literature. Suspiciously smells like iceberg-aged whiskey in this OSI anointed vial. Tossball trading cards in mint condition. Most of these cards represent players from the Hephaestus Hammers and the Tile Backers. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spine. Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. The scribblings of these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. The art and science of tossball. Literally impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry, Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for the most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons.
As always,
Oh, there's some things I don't understand about your religion, huh?
Yes.
Besides the grand architect and the plan, what else do you believe?
Scientism, as its name implies, believes that nature abhors equality. The strong survive, and the weak perish for the betterment of the whole. And reason, not emotion, is the seat of all morality. Wisdom means accepting the vicissitudes of life with grace and dignity.
Yeah, that sounds like a cruel belief.
I prefer to think of it as looking at reality for what it truly is, not how we'd like it to be. Yes?
Alright, that's good enough for me. In a horrifying vision of the future, the board has been overthrown by the seditious and slovenly savages of Monarch. Only Halcyon Helen can rescue the colony from indolence and entitlement. This will be somebody's room, but it's got a nice poster in it already. That I found. There's another somebody's room, and this will also be somebody's room who already has an antique saber. What doesn't kill you gives you tetanus. And we already looked around the kitchen, and this will just... What is this? Oh, bathroom. Nice. Only one bathroom, though. That's not the best. Breaking my legs. Okay, let's level up. What do we want? Critical damage, critical hits ignore armor, that's probably pretty good. Oh yeah, we want to get this to 50. Pickpocket, more bits, third drug, tinkering cost minus 50 would be really nice. Companions gain armor, companions kill an enemy. When companion kills an enemy, blah blah blah. Okay, we don't need to do anything in leadership anymore as far as I'm concerned. Alright, that looks good to me. Now perks, what do we want? Vendor prices down? No. Max tactical time dilation is probably useful. XP, no. No, that's never going to happen. Tactical time dilation recharge rate would probably be good. 25% durability loss would be good. 5 base armor rating would be good, but we're going to get Pack Mule. Definitely. Alright, we're looking pretty good, I think. Neutral for all these. We're revered by deserters and Spacer's Choice. We're gonna have to sell this stuff. Oh, this is a pristine one, huh? Still not worth it. But it might be worth selling instead of breaking down, I guess. No, it's still not. Break you down. I got all this junk to get rid of. Oh yeah, I gotta ask Ada about Sam. Oh, I didn't even know all these things got in here. That's cool. Vicar Max, you want something good? Do I have anything better? Yeah, I got something better than a telescopic staff. Well, I probably should have looked at this before I gave up on my armor, but that's really not bad. 10 armor with dialogue skill plus 5. Alright, what do we want? We'll do the plus 10 hack. Yes. Close, mixed, aggressive. Looks good. Trick shot. Max examines and evaluates his target and spiritually enlightens them with the blasphemous shotgun. Weaken. Lowers all skills a moderate amount and target takes increased plasma shock, corrosive and ray damage, knockback, and stun. What does Parvati's do? It does knock down. Knockout. Knocks the target to the ground, rendering them unconscious for a few seconds and stun. Yeah, which is really good. Knockout and stun. And his does knock down, stun, and weaken, which is also nice. Intimidate, hack, and science. So if that's the case, my skill should be up from him, right? Hunter kit, standard troop armor, bonus support hack. That's weird. I guess maybe because he's not in my party because he's on the ship. Even though I do have the bonus support hack. But I don't have the bonus support engineering. Oh, that's not cool. I didn't even realize that the elevator operations specialist actually doesn't count as like it's just an adjusted skill value, which means it doesn't count for unlocking the base skills. It just gives you an extra point. That's not cool. All right, I'd say we're good then.